Welcome back, troops and all, to the Earth Defense Force headquarters in Earth Defense Force 2017. We are now 3 missions deep and on a roll with this game's formula to how best to seat 2 players simultaneously, mission after mission, when all you gotta do is take out every red dot on the minimap.
No, it wasn't even a new shotgun. It was the same shotgun that we already had.
The game will do that because it is random and only improve in probability of getting either new drops or rare drops depending on the difficulty that you finish missions at.
The giant bugs continue to be deployed throughout the city. They are attacking civilians and eating them. The threat needs to be eliminated at all costs. Storm 1 and 2 are to go into battle at once and support the Ranger teams in order to save the city.
Save the city. Earth Defense Force, downtown Japan. The harder the difficulty you play in, the stronger the weapons you can find.
Okay.
Well, we gave grenade launchers a try. We gave hand-thrown grenades a try. Now, let's try the M1 Stingray.
Okay, I will grant that this river setup specifically is more akin to Japanese than it is to Western/European architecture. But this bridge setup is found very, very common around where I live. So,
Beep phone. Buy beep phone today.
whee, crumble.
I got him, sir. Yeah. Time to kick some alien booty. Because you can't say ass or shit or fuck because this is a teen-rated game. Those would get you in trouble, goddammit.
So why do you not want to do this raid with your team of Rangers?
Because all that the team of Rangers does is remind you and represent that you could be playing with another human being right now, and that human being also would be in an Earth Defense Force uniform carrying a gun, and as though to simulate the experience of being right next to somebody who can talk to you. Yeah, these guys will occasionally say things. They're never important, but they do speak.
Okay. So the we actually did get a little bit of a radar tutorial coming in here that specifically says that green dots on our green radar, oh dear, are items.
Might have a little difficulty seeing the green.
How difficult is it to determine green dots on our green radar, Mr. Cloud?
Not as difficult as you might think. That the minimap will include the item or the teammate marker or the vehicle on the map, and then as you get close to them, then they come from the edge to where you can orient them in the range that the minimap extends to. Although you would not, I do concede that that making the items green instead of a color other than what the minimap is colored does make it a little awkward actually seeing the items as they appear.
But it's not even a mini-map, Mr. Cloud. It's a radar.
And this radar is rather useful. Are they a mile away? Then you can see them. Are they right next to you? Then they're going to be right on top of you on the radar. On the subject of picking up items, the most difficult thing about picking up the items is going to where the items are in order to get them. Hey, I see you.
You killed the awesome steeple!
That was more like a needle tower.
Exactly. It's Portland's signature steeple. Or is it Seattle's signature steeple?
All right. The tallest building in the world. A feat of architectural accomplishment that nobody really cares about anymore.
Nah, mostly because it's not. Mostly because it's not the actual what is it? The Longback Tower in Taiwan.
Oh yeah, they got some tall towers out there, man. Like I'm trying to think. I think it's in India that has like the tallest building in the world right now.
So much
But all
so that the
buildings are-
the restaurants in there have to have specialized menus for people that are looking for food that tastes different because of where they are on the on altitude. Okay, now one of the big questions, Mr. Cloud. If you fire a rocket launcher
Yes.
at those ships, can you bring them crashing down?
Yes, you can.
Ooh.
Yep. As long they have to open up their weak spot. That's why in early missions, although you saw these flying saucer type things, which are designed to drop off enemies onto the battlefield, you can't destroy them because the weak spots are in the center and they have to open up so you can attack them.
Okay.
See, once it gets low enough, then it's gonna open the hatches.
So you should actually be approaching it. That way your rocket has less distance to travel and you can, do the things. I'm definitely feeling the need for vehicles in these large maps, though, because these maps are just too large to attempt to traverse. Well, there's bikes. Can we use the bikes?
But you can't ride the bikes though. Vehicles that you can drive are indicated by orange colored squares that encircle the vehicle, and then you can approach the vehicle and then push the select button on your Xbox 360 controller in order to operate them.
Okay, then.
The flying saucer's clipping through. Or did... No. Those flying saucers are just flying away now. They dropped off their payload. Now the bugs are attacking with a combination of orange and green colored slime. Look out! Yeah, alright, switch to the assault rifle. They're getting close. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I killed myself just by launching a rocket launcher at an enemy that was approaching me.
I'm gonna say 9 times.
More than that. Definitely more than 9 times. I'm afraid Principal Edward Rooney was not pleased.
Now, is it Mick Rooney or is it Mike Rooney?
It's Ed Rooney from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And how many times did he get game overs in Earth Defense Force, Mr. Girdhead?
I actually don't know because I don't think any of the Earth Defense Force games actually existed by the time Fueller's Day Off was in theaters.
Yeah, which was the year 1986.
Yeah, so 1986 specifically means that the first Earth Defense Force game, I think, doesn't come out until 1992, and if I recall correctly, it is actually a horizontal space shooter.
In defense of Earth, to destroy the extraterrestrial life forms that have come to dominate and enslave us all. Actually, no. Not to misunderstand the motivation of the aliens. They just want to kill us all. They're not trying to like exploit us or take advantage of us. They just want us to die.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not unlike the aliens from the hit classic movie Independence Day.
Ooh, we got a missile launcher.
Got a new missile launcher. We got a new sniper rifle. As you get lots and lots of loot per mission, you're going to find that screen that tells you the loot drop from the completed mission is going to get quite lengthy and verbose. See, homing style missile launcher. We're getting to the different characteristics. We haven't unlocked any special weapons yet, but we're getting there. They have a miscellaneous category, if you will.
Select a stage.
Search. From the E.D.F. Command Center, we regret to inform you that we have no choice but to officially recognize the Ravagers as a full invasion force. An assault on the Ravagers will begin at once. Air forces around the world will team up to perform a joint strike on their spacecraft fleet. Meanwhile, ground infantry units are to seek out and eliminate the giant bugs on the ground. So this is effectively the fifth ground mission with the exact same objective. You gotta tell you gotta tell me that we're gonna eventually get more complicated missions, Mr. Cloud, because
well, they're not all going to take place in the city. If that makes you feel better, we do get to see some different kinds of locations. We do get to see some different kinds of enemies. And we are going to get into some boss levels at some point.
Now, the iCatch specifically had us actually able to drive around and utilize vehicles for heavier combat, but we still haven't actually had that incorporated into our normal gameplay loop.
I think honestly, as much as it sucks that they're kind of like teasing you in the iCatch with vehicles, I like that because this is the 5th of 53 missions in the game of Earth Defense Force 2017.
Okay.
They want you to get acquainted with the basic formula of the game and also utilizing the rather narrow variety of weapons you have at your disposal if you're only just starting the game. Then, as the game advances, they're going to add that extra layer of optional complexity with the vehicles that you and, honestly, everybody at this point should be quite eager to start using. Because the vehicles they're cool. They have their own health bars. When the health bar is depleted, you get ejected from the vehicle. You don't die. If you're in a vehicle that gets destroyed, you just get ejected from it and you can't use it anymore.
Okay, then.
So it is highly recommended that if you do find a vehicle, use it. You got nothing to lose. Oh, these homing missile launchers. Nice.
Yeah, but we're still only fighting, basic ants. We're not fighting anything that warrants our heavier explosives yet.
Not quite yet, although it is fun to watch these buildings fall to pieces because of randomness. They're taking down the trees! Yeah, you're going to want to get a little closer there, which leads me to the thing about controlling your soldier in this game that I'm not terribly fond of. You can't roll forward in order to improve your moving speed. You can't sprint either.
You can't do dodge rolls diagonally forward either?
That's what leads me to my point of one of the not so cool things about operating the soldier is in order to do the dodge roll, which is faster than moving, by the way, you have to be pointing your joystick in either the diagonal forward left or diagonal forward right in order to do the dodge roll, which means you're going to be manipulating your camera and the position that your soldier is oriented in so you can more quickly get to the point on the map you're trying to get to.
Right.
Pressing forward directly and hitting left trigger to hit the dodge button will only cause you to jump, and jumping does not improve your moving speed. Kind of like, you know what game also had that problem? Ocarina of Time. Doing speed runs.
That problem is, but you had the ability to circumvent it with a little bit of exploration. Specifically, when you, specifically nowadays that we've done a shit ton of exploration that was not intended to be done. To the point where we know that that the Z walking backwards is actually faster than Link's normal walk cycle.
It just looks fucking stupid.
It does look fucking stupid, but it's how you skip the going to night cutscene.
Oh, you thought that the bugs were a problem, and they were on the ground.
Ooh.
These are the flying robots,
Okay,
and they can't wait to meet you.
All right. So this is an instance of us having the missile launcher actually make sense because our missile launcher actually is very specifically an anti-aerial vehicle weapon.
And these
To the point
these
where it will
flying
sometimes
vehicles.
home into different targets. Okay.
And the homing feature also does not take into account if there are any obstructions between you and the target.
Like buildings.
Like buildings, or trees, or other people, or guardrails.
Or Tokusetsu's boss monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, the Havoc is starting to pick up. Screen shaking and all that.
Mind you, this game almost certainly doesn't actually have the Havoc physics engine tied to it.
Not really, because Havoc allows the game to animate character models even after they've died. Once enemies run out of health, they just become frozen, and then if you shoot them or blow them up, then it's just that same static model without any animation whatsoever getting blown around in the wind or what have you. But like, god damn, man, we are just immersed in artillery chaos right now.
I wouldn't really call it immersed. I mean, yes, there is a lot of shaky cam going around, but the shaky cam very specifically is the only real noticeable thing about it. You were effectively in the middle of that aerial squadron, and they barely touched you.
Jump for joy!
No.
Shake that ass.
All right. In the next episode, we'll continue on with Earth Defense Force. Everyone, be safe.
Oh, we got the burner.
It's
We got a special weapon.